Hello, welcome back to my channel, Doing It My Way. And today I'm going to make dinner. I'm going to make jerk chicken. I'm going to make spinach, squash, quinoa with coconut milk. I'm also going to do some mushrooms. So let's see how this come out. Let's see how dinner comes out. So this is my chicken already seasoned. Onion, garlic, black pepper, green onions, a little tomato, some red peppers in there. And this is my garlic for the, this is for my mushrooms. This is the garlic for my mushrooms. This is for my quinoa. And this is also for the quinoa and the mushrooms. And I'm also going to be putting, this is ground beef, it's meatless. It's vegetarian meat. I'm also going to be putting in the mushrooms just to put a little protein in there. So, okay, let's get started. I'm going to do the quinoa and the jerk into my Instant Pot because I love using my Instant Pot. It's so much easier for me. And I'm going to do the mushrooms on the stove top. So I have 2 crock pot. That's how much I love using my my Instant Pot, my pressure cooker. So I have 2 of them. So one I'm going to be doing the jerk chicken, and the other one I'm going to do in the quinoa. So what I'm going to do, this is already seasoned. I'm just going to put some oil, and then I'm going to put it in the crock pot with no water, and then let it cook, or at least half cook. Then I'm going to take it out, drain the water, then put the jerk seasoning in there with a little barbecue sauce, and then put it back in, and let's see how it turns out. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I put a little olive oil in there and no water. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put it in the crock pot and let it cook. Take it out, drain the liquid, and just season it up with some a little barbecue sauce, not too much, and some jerk seasoning, and put it back in, let it finish cooking, and see how it turns out. So I'm going to be putting this on meat. So I had turned it on meat before. So I'm going to put it on meat. Here, there, it's going to take 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to do everything within this time period. The quinoa, I'll see how much that takes. So everything is going to be cooking together. And then I'll also be doing the mushrooms. Okay, as I mentioned before, this is the spinach, the squash. I put some red peppers in there also. And I'm going to put the coconut oil. And then this is the quinoa in there. And as I said, you do not put too much water. You put the water at the level of the whatever in the pot, especially when you're cooking rice, quinoa, and those good stuff. So you don't put too much water because you want it to be just right. You don't want it to be too soft. So this is my spinach, squash, coconut milk, quinoa rice that I'm making. So this pot has quinoa on there. So I'm going to put it to quinoa, and it's going to be 20 minutes. So with the meat and this, they're going to be cooking at the same time because that was 30 minutes. That was like 5 minutes ago. Now this is 20, so it's catching up. And while this is being cooked, then I'm going to do the mushrooms. Okay, so I turned the fire on, and I'm not going to put anything in the pot because the mushroom makes a lot of water. So I'm just going to put the mushrooms in there, and I'm just going to let it cook dry. Halfway through, I'm going to put some onion. I'm going to put some, halfway through it, I'm going to put onion and garlic in there. And then before it's finished, I'm going to put more onion and garlic. But I'm going to show you what I do. And I'm also going to put the soy meat, the vegetarian meat. So I'm just going to let this dry down because it creates a lot of water. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And when it's halfway through drying down, I'm going to put the garlic and onion. And then before it's finished, I'm going to put the vegetarian meat in there, more onion and garlic, black pepper, a little salt, a little oil also, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so when I put this in the pot, I did not put any water, and see all the water it made. So I'm going to wait for this to dry up just a little bit, and then I'm going to put some onion and garlic with a little olive oil in there and let it cook up some more. And then I'm going to come back and put the vegetarian meat in there and the rest of the garlic and onion and all those good stuff with black pepper and a little salt, and let it finish cooking. And that would be the way that I cook my mushroom. So I'm just waiting for this water to go down a little bit before I put the garlic and the onion and the other seasoning and the olive oil in there. Look how much water this made. So I'm just going to let it cook in its own water. See how much water? When I put it in there was no water. But mushroom is a very watery, what do you call it? Is it a fruit, a vegetable? I know, but it has a lot of liquid in there. So now I'm waiting for this to dry up some, and then I'll put the onion and garlic with some olive oil in there. Let it dry up some more, and then I'll put the vegetarian meat and more onion and garlic and the other seasoning in there, like the black pepper and everything, and let it cook down. Okay, for the meat, we have 17 more minutes. And I'm going to let the steam out after it's finished, because to let the steam like die down before I'm able to open the pressure cooker, it's going to take like another 5 minutes or 5-10 minutes. So I'm going to let the steam out because I need to go back in there, put some jerk seasoning, a little barbecue sauce, and before that, drain whatever liquid that it created, because I want it to be a little dry. So 16 more minutes. And the rice, the quinoa, it's 18 minutes. So they everything is kind of like cooking at the same time. Okay, so the mushroom dried up some. So I put onion and garlic in there. And I'm going to let this cook in there and get the flavor. So I'm going to just let this cook. I'm going to cover it so it doesn't dry all the way up. I'm going to cover it so it can still have some steam in there, and I'm going to lower the fire and have the onion and garlic just flavor it up. And then when it's almost a little dry, I'm going to be putting some olive oil. I'm going to be putting the ground meat, the vegetarian meat, the rest of the onion and garlic and stuff like that. So it's the other garlic and onion and stuff wouldn't be fully cooked, but like a garnish and something, but it's going to be in a saute-ish kind of way. So this is how I cook my mushroom. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Um, the vegetarian meat is in there with the onions and garlic and stuff like that. And I put a little salt and black pepper. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put um, more onion, the garlic, and some red pepper in there and let that cook up. This shouldn't take much longer. And doesn't this look good? You can leave the vegetarian meat out if you want, but I like putting it in there for some proteins because my father-in-law, he's vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat. I know that I'm cooking chicken, but that's just for the kids. But he does not eat meat and he needs his protein. So I usually put that so he can have this over some rice. But he's going to be having it over quinoa. So this will be dinner for him. So I'm just going to let this just steam down, get all the flavor. I put a little pinch of salt, I put black pepper, and I'm just going to let this cook up some more. Let the onion get soft, the red pepper get soft, and then I'll take it out, and that would be. But you can cook the mushroom the same way, even though you don't put the vegetarian meat in there, because I know not everybody eats vegetarian meat, but this is mostly for my father-in-law. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit so it can just steam. Right now I just want the onions and the peppers to get soft, and then I'll take it out. The meat, the vegetarian meat has been cooking in there, but it doesn't take too long for the meat to cook. And we know that the mushroom cooked in its own juice as I showed you before. So that's about it. The meat has 4 more minutes to go before I let some of the steam out in order to do the barbecue jerk chicken. And the quinoa has 6 minutes to go. So everything is going to be cooking at the same time, and that's why. So instead of me monitoring the meat and the quinoa, all I have to do is just monitor the mushroom and the vegetarian meat. That's why I love using my Instant Pot. I don't have to sit there and monitor anything. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So there is a little cover over here that you can let the steam out. So I release the steam so that I can continue with the process to do the jerk seasoning. So I'm waiting for the steam to go down so I'll be able to open the pressure cooker, because right now I cannot open it. The steam is going down so I can open it. I couldn't have done this if the steam was there. It would have been really, really tight. And this, you have to be very, 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 very careful using a pressure cooker. So now let's see what it looks like when I open it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It created a lot of water. So I'm going to try and drain this water out and then season it with a little barbecue sauce and some jerk seasoning, and put it back for like another 10 minutes and it should be done. So this is what it looks like. A little barbecue jerk seasoning is on there. I'm just going to put it back for like maybe 2-3 minutes just for it to get that flavor, and that would be our chicken for dinner. And this is how much water it made, and I did not put 1 drop of water in there. See how much water it created? So when you're cooking in the pressure cooker, you have to be careful how much water you use, because you can end up ruining the meal. Because I didn't put a drop of water in there, but look how much gravy it made. And this is the finishing product of the mushroom vegetarian meat. Look how good this look. It tastes awesome too. I can't wait to eat it, to show you what it looks like all plated. So this is my vegetarian mushroom, onion and pepper with a little black pepper, olive oil, stuff like that. This is awesome. This is finished. I'll show you the rice is finished, but I'm waiting for the steam to release itself, to die down, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So the chicken, the quinoa, spinach, squash, and coconut milk. I'll show you in a minute. And this is what my quinoa, mushroom, rice, quinoa, mushroom, squash, coconut milk looks like. Awesome. See, when you don't put too much water, how flaky it looks. If you put too much water, it'll be overcooked. Awesome. Quinoa, mushroom, and coconut milk. I'm sorry, not mushroom, spinach. I keep on saying mushroom. Quinoa, spinach, squash, and coconut milk. And this is the finished product. This is the finished product. The jerk, barbecue chicken, the mushroom with the vegetarian meat, the quinoa, and salad. So this is what it looks like. Remember to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Ring that bell, give it some likes, give my video some likes, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.